Hello, this is Dr. Allison Reese, Medical, Scientific, and Memory Screening Advisory Board member of the Alzheimer's Foundation of America, coming to you from NYU Winthrop Hospital and NYU Long Island School of Medicine. This is Coronavirus Prevention Tips for Family Caregivers. We are here for you, and this is to give some advice and practical information for persons with Alzheimer's disease and the caregivers involved in keeping them safe. If you are a family caregiver of a person living with Alzheimer's or another dementia-related illness, preventing the spread of illness is important, particularly as the coronavirus disease 2019 or COVID-19 continues to make headlines. As a member of the Medical, Scientific, and Memory Screening Advisory Board of the Alzheimer's Foundation of America, I'm going to share with you today some personal care tips and considerations to make this time more productive and less frightening. And at the end of this presentation, we will give you information on how to get in touch with me if you have other questions or issues that you'd like to have addressed. Be prepared, not scared. For starters, be sure not to spread unnecessary alarm about coronavirus to the person for whom you care. While some people with dementia can't communicate well, as caregivers, I'm sure you know that your emotions, your feelings, the atmosphere and energy are communicated to them, as to all of us, that we sense when something is amiss. The best way to prevent illness is to avoid being exposed to the virus, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC. Unfortunately, that means minimizing the contact you and the person living with dementia have with others. The next best thing is to encourage everyday preventative measures to avoid the spread of respiratory disease, like washing. We know that with this virus, transmission is by touching contaminated surfaces and through droplets. So this is where we want to aim to keep hands clean. We want to wash hands well. The most important recommendation, one of the most important recommendations from the CDC, is to wash hands well for at least 20 seconds. Do this after using the bathroom, before and after eating, after blowing the nose, coughing, or sneezing. Frequent hand washing is very good advice that we all need to follow. We're going to use a bar or a liquid soap and lather well. Scrub all the front and the backs of the hands, between each finger, on the sides of the hands, and under the nails. Now, people with dementia face specific challenges that may make it a little more difficult to adhere to this hand washing schedule. They may not remember to wash. There may be a sensitivity to water. There may be other problems, such as with sequencing and anticipating and going through each step in a process, and they may become anxious with the change in routine. So what we recommend is that each and every step be done with explanation and care and patience, because some people with dementia can't think about things like what's coming next and anticipate each step. You may want to say out loud each step. First, let's wet our hands under the water. When that is done, then we will use the soap dispenser to squeeze out some soap into your hands. Then rub your hands together with the soap, lather the back of your hands, lather between your fingers, lather under your hand, under your nails. And by doing this and showing this and demonstrating, we can move forward and get the washing done with minimal disruption. Consider using a fragrance soap, such as lavender, or whatever fragrance you know that person might find pleasant and calming. You can also sing a favorite song for 20 seconds. Happy Birthday is a song familiar to many, but as you, the caregiver, may know the person you're helping and know what their songs are, what they respond to, you may pick a clip of a song that is most appealing to that person. How can we help people with dementia to get through these steps and do everything with minimal disruption? Use your hands to model what needs to be done. Speak in a soothing tone. If soap and water are not available, you can use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol according to the CDC. Make supplies easy to access, such as tissues, wipes, and hand sanitizers near the location where your person spends most of his or her time. Use hand sanitizers and disinfectant wipes for fast fixes around the home. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects and surfaces. As we said, use your hands to model. If there is no soap, an alcohol-based sanitizer works, and keep those supplies at easy access. Now, seniors, people in older age groups, have certain risk factors that may make them more vulnerable to this virus. These include a weakened immune system from issues like cancer, or just with aging and with some other diseases, diabetes. Heart disease risk may make people more vulnerable, Alzheimer's, and lung disease. So we want to be aware that all these factors may make people more vulnerable to becoming ill, especially ill with this virus. Make sure your person is drinking enough liquids, as they may already have a weakened immune system, and caregivers need to pay attention to the person's need to use the bathroom more or increased incontinence, and also to think about healthful eating, healthy diet, healthy food and beverages. Another problem that may occur is delicate and fragile skin, because we all are going to be washing so much, and as we get older, our skin may become more fragile, and we may have chapping and the barrier breakdown. So use of a good hypoallergenic lotion that has either no fragrance or a fragrance that's pleasant is often helpful and can keep those hands intact and keep the skin intact. And some of them on the market, there are many, Aquaphor, Eucerin, and others that may appeal to the person who's going to be using that lotion again and again. Now, face touching. It's very hard not to touch your face. A lot of studies show that we touch our faces 5, 15, or up to 23 times per day. And I know for myself, I touch my face a lot. I'm always pushing my glasses up. We tend to move around to maybe scratch and itch, and you don't even know you're doing it until like you may be touching your face and then realize that you're touching your face and you've already done it. So how can we stop a person from doing that? It's very difficult, and we have to kind of accept that people will touch their faces. Just do the best you can. You can try distraction, keep people busy with activities that involve their hands so they're not touching their faces. And again, just accept that we are going to do what we can do, what is possible, and know that we've done our best. Prepare. We want to be prepared to do everything to minimize risk. We want to limit exposure to outside visitors. Have a supply of non-perishable foods on hand. Make sure that all the prescriptions that will be needed are filled ahead of time. A lot of the adult daycare and respite programs are postponed, so it's a good idea to have a lot of activities on hand. You will know the person for whom you're caring, what word puzzles or games, albums, music, movies, other tasks they may enjoy, any kind of activity that can be done to enjoy the time and have quality time while minimizing those risks and exposures. And of course, to the caregivers, I say, take care of yourself. You can't help others if you are not well, if you are not rested, and if you are not eating well and staying hydrated. So follow all these guidelines for yourself and minimize your own risk. We have a lot of resources out there. The Alzheimer's Foundation of America, of course, the CDC.gov, NIH.gov, your state and local health departments. There are many places to reach out, and we want to hear from you as well with your thoughts and needs. If you have questions and concerns, we are here for you. We have a national toll-free helpline, 866-232-8484. We have licensed social workers available 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time on weekdays and 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Time on weekends. And we're going to continue to be here for you, to connect to you, to have online chat and text in 90-plus languages. And so you will be able to reach us if you need us. Finally, I want to say thank you. It takes a village to put a production like this together, even a small, modest presentation. I want to thank Karen Mazzata and Chris Schneider of the Alzheimer's Foundation, Charles Fuschillo, the President and CEO of the Alzheimer's Foundation of America, and Bert Brodsky, the founder of the Alzheimer's Foundation of America. I also want to say thank you to our NYU Winthrop Hospital media relations people, Mr. Roger Vai and Alexander Gilia. Thank you so much for everything. Everybody be safe and well, and we will get through this.